Let's play! Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and welcome back to Let's Play Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. Last time we left off, we concluded Chapter 9 by discovering who is the evil Layton. It's none other than Dimitri Allen, aka Dr. Stongun. And it's like, well, I'm not really surprised about all that. What I was surprised was that, even though I had some type of inkling, was that the Layton that was with us right before we got into the pagoda was in fact Don Paulo helping us out, because it looks like everybody liked Claire, even though, you know, Herschel stated, like, you know, it was he and Claire were an actual item. They were a boyfriend-girlfriend. So, still, I mean, I guess that doesn't mean that Paul, or Don Paulo, and Dimitri still loved her, you know, like they want her for themselves too. There's just a lot going on. So now we're beginning chapter 10. I guess we're like chasing after Dimitri to figure out what the hell's going on. And I finally looked up the pronunciation of that river, because I know it wasn't Thames, because I think that's what I said years ago when I was playing Layton versus Wright. And then I correctly thought somebody told me that it's like Times. It's actually Thames. And I'm like, oh, okay, so we're going to the River Thames, I believe. But before we do that, there's another banana peel. Look, do you see what I see? I do. Yet another banana peel sitting in the middle of the road. I'll go pick it up. Not so fast. Why? What's wrong? Oh, wait, let me guess. You got another banana puzzle for me. Oh, right you are, my boy. Alright. Oh, and as a heads up, in case this video comes out a little bit later, because, you know, in case there's any break in terms of my consistency, I'm literally recording this the day after Thanksgiving. I've been busy with family all week, so if there is any lag of uploads, that's the reason why. So, just putting it out there. So, same thing, we just gotta make it to the end. We definitely don't want to go left all the way, or down all the way, so we have to slip on this. Let me think. There's no reason to go to the right, so I guess we have to go down. Do I want to? I think we have to go... No, I'm dumb. No! Crap, now I'm just messing up like stupid. Do that again. Okay. If I go up from here, then I can go to this side. And then, yep, just walk to the end of it. Yeah, these puzzles are not very difficult at all. I mean, there's very little you can do to reach the destination.
How about this?
Yeah. That's why I'm a little bit surprised how much, like, why they cost so many pick rats, per se, but either way, here's something you might not know about bananas. Their peels actually contain a bit of poison, though only a minuscule amount. It's probably not a good idea to eat banana peels, so no matter how wasteful you might think it is to toss them. Huh. I want to say I heard that somewhere, but for the life of me, I can't remember where. These banana peels are all over the town. Do people in the future just love littering or something? With as many banana peels as we've encountered, it honestly wouldn't surprise me. And another picture book. Sticker, I should say. Let's head on down. I don't want to waste too much time getting back to the hotel. Let's take the railway. Sounds good to me. Fine, then this is where we part ways. I've got other things to take care of. You sure you're not running off somewhere to formulate an evil plan of some sort? Now, why would you ever accuse me of that? Truly, I'm wounded. I'm just going to work on a pet project of mine that I've been meaning to finish. Very well, Paul. Meet up with us later when you're done. You can find us. Can it, Layton? I'm not a fool. I know where to find you. And now he's gone. Are you sure it's safe to let him wander on his own like that? I understand your concern, Luke, but I think we can trust him this time. If you say so, Professor. He must have cared an awful lot of for Claire if losing her to you turned him into Don Paulo. He certainly was infatuated. But enough about that subject for now. We have work to do. Let's keep moving, Luke. I still don't know where we're going, especially now that we know future Layton is a fake. Well, in light of these new developments, our first priority is to liberate the Prime Minister. Dimitri fled the towering pagoda with Mr. Hawks, so he clearly has another hideout in the area. Are we going to find this other base? Got it. Oh, but first we need to go to the hotel. That's right. We need to go pick up Flora. Hopefully she and Big Luke made it back to the hotel safely. Here's hoping. Now, I know he wants to take the railway, but there's things to do really quick, including talking to Dylan over here for another puzzle. What was he thinking? Is something the matter? I'll say. I was supposed to go hang out with my buddy at his place, but what flat is that? His instructions make 0 sense. Zilch, I tell you. Can you make sense of them? All right, we'll see what we got here. An odd invitation. A friend sent you an invitation to come over and visit. The wording of his letter, however, is a bit odd. First, knock on a certain door, then knock on a door below, and the door below that. Then knock on a door to the right of that one. Finally, knock on the next door to the right. That's my place. Open your friend's door by tapping it. Be careful not to leave any doors open when submitting your answer. Not to leave any doors open? Okay. Well, this does sound... There's very few things you can do here. Because it says knock on a certain door, then on the bottom door, and then the one below it. So that alone, you're going to start off somewhere in the top. And then, so like knock there, and then, yeah, because it says here, knock on a certain door, then the one below that door, and then the one below that. Then knock on a door to the right of that one. Finally, knock on a door to the right. Is there really any other place that you can, like, go besides that? Because, like, you can't do it any other way. Like, you can't start from the middle, because then what about the third door? And then you can't even start from the top here, because, yeah, you'll go down 2, but you can only go over 1, or in this case, you can't go over at all. So, yeah. So open your friend's door by tapping it. So the one on the bottom right.
That should do the trick.
Okay, once again,
Just
the
as I
difficulty
suspected.
of these puzzles has been all over the place. This definitely seems a lot easier compared to Kira's Village and Diabolical Box, but... What? That just seemed like a really easy one. You knocked it out of the park. Even though you don't know which certain door your friend is referring to, the only door from which you can move 2 down and 2 to the right is the top left door. So the only possible location of your friend's pad is the bottom right. Hey, nice going! Lately, my friend and I have been hanging out, like, every day. His parents are never home, and neither's my dad. They stay cooped up at the research facility day and night. Your father performs research for a living? He and almost everyone living in this part of town. Go figure. Interesting. I wonder what that means. Now, if we're going to the toy shop, we can talk to Viv for another puzzle as well. Good day, gentlemen. Hello. Am I glad to see you? What seems to be the trouble? Well, I'm kind of stuck. What do you mean by that? I've got this puzzle up my hands, though, that's been putting me through the ringer. A puzzle, you say? Well, you're talking to the right guy. Oh, good. See, it's about this one thing that happened with my dad's research. But once again, another researcher, right? Ooh, number 100, and the lost number. Through the course of his research, Dad discovered a very important number and marked it on a slip of paper. Unfortunately, somebody mistook the note for a piece of trash and tore it into pieces. Now Dad's hopping mad and Mom's beside herself. Perhaps you can figure out the number by piecing the note back together? Well, this is gonna be a bitch. Excuse my language, but I've had a long day. Well, it doesn't look like I can... I can't rotate the pieces, so that kind of helps us out. So, like with any other puzzle, we can try at the very least, navigating pieces that are, like, around the borders. Or in this case, maybe I think maybe that can fit together. That might be... No, hold on a minute. Okay. So it's going to be 3 pieces long, 4 pieces wide, I guess, is the way you want to put it. Okay. Well, it seems like I put it together, but still don't really see a number. Now, I will say, when I was putting... Yeah, this one right here, this looks like a 4. Was there another one? This... like, the end of this... If this makes sense. Right here, that looks like a 7? I don't know if that's what they're aiming for here. I really can't find any other, if you want to call it anything that would resemble any other number. I see like X plus whatever, but like nothing's really super legible. The only thing that kind of seems somewhat legible is like the way these numbers are ripped out. So let's try 74 and see if that is that.
How about this?
Okay. That one's a little bit of a leap, but yeah, I'm not sure how else you want to go about it. The number 74, don't tell anybody, but you actually tore up the note, you bastard. Now, oh, you know what? Is that maybe... Oh, hold on a minute. Huh. Was that the way I was supposed to put it together? Like, there was going to be a little bit of ripped out paper and, like, what was left over, it spells out 74? Now I kind of want to go back and see how I was piecing it together then. But the thing is that actual piece that literally said 4, like that worked out. And like the 7, like I said, that bottom piece of that longer piece clearly looked like a 7. So, okay, there we go.
Oh wow, thanks for working it out for me. I can't wait to tell my mom. She's gonna freak out. It's no trouble, miss. Like any gentleman worth his salt, I live to serve.
And we got a butler. All right. Now we do have another puzzle to solve if we talk to Misha here to the left.
Hello there. Nice to see you again.
Man dances like a fool in an effort to fulfill his heart's desires. But only when the hootenanny is over does he regret his actions. Such is the plight of mankind.
Uh-oh, I think I'm already in over my head. Maybe I should go.
Hold it. The lesson here is a simple one. I speak of love. People do strange things in the name of love. That's very true. Shy guys and gals. 4 shy couples are depicted below by red and blue symbols. Where's the... I guess it's blue. They would all like to meet up with their respective partners for a date without running to anybody else in town. Draw lines between couples AA, BB, CC, and DD without crossing any of their paths. Okay. Oh, do you know what I thought was considered blue? Like these squares. Never mind. Okay, so we've had puzzles like this before. You know, they're just kind of wording it a little bit differently, but frankly, it's a matter of like, okay, well, we got that, but now we can't do B because like or C. So like we said, we've had puzzles like this before, so my guess is to do something. Actually, we might want to go one more down. No, maybe around. Shoot. No. Hold on. How the hell am I going to get to C? Because what initially I was going to do is then do that and have B, but then C. Yeah, see, now I can't do that. Because I'm wondering D might be simple enough to do that. And I think I may have the idea somewhat for A. But you know what? Maybe we gotta do something different for C. Maybe it can't be that simple. Okay, maybe let's try solving for C first. And then if I go B all the way around. Yeah. Right? A is down, down, right, up, left. Perfect. Left, down, right, up, left. Perfect. C to C, D to D. All right. Not too bad.
How about this?
Like I said, we've had puzzles like this all throughout the series so far,
I
so
knew it!
that one wasn't too bad. You figured it out. Now all the couples can meet up with their dates in peace. Oh! Love is a beautiful thing, but it can also be cruel. You must never hurt those you care for. That sounds like good advice to me. Yeah, absolutely. Now let's head over to the bookstore because we want to talk to, I forgot her name already, but she has a puzzle for us. Maya. Welcome to Maya's Miles of Books. Are you looking for anything particular this fine day? Gosh, there's so much I want to read, but my allowance is so small. Pay him more, Layton, damn. That's a story I know all too well. As a child, I can rarely afford all the books I wanted to read. If money's tight, you can always go read at the library. Don't you think encouraging customers to read at the library might be, bad for business? Perhaps, but if it gets more people interested in reading, I'm all for it. I like your enthusiasm. Say, all this talk of money and books just inspired me to think up a puzzle. Oh god, here we go. Balance your books. Oh god, not balancing. Okay, you recently bought several rare books at a used bookstore. The total you paid before tax was £99. The image below shows the shelf you purchased your books from. Below each book is a tag listing its price, also before tax. Which books did you buy? Mark all the books that you bought before submitting your answer. So obviously we didn't buy all of them. Let's see, £99, huh? Is there a way? My thought logic right now is like if we start or grab a book that starts with a 9. Or, excuse me, ends with a 9, and then can we come up with 70 from that? Maybe. I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably thinking of this wrong, but, let's see, 40 and 24, that's way too much, because that is like, what? That's 64, so no. Maybe it's like 3 smaller ones, like 15... and 27, what is that? 42? Man, my math is always 42. And what I said I wanted 70? Damn it. If I had 28, that'd be perfect, but this is too much. Yeah, maybe my logic here isn't correct. That maybe we shouldn't go with the one ends with 29. We have 4 and 5. Like, if I do, like, 15 and 24, that puts us at 39. Now we just need 60. Which I think we just got. 33 and 27. Now, I know people may be wondering, like, you're going to use a calculator? It's more so for just extra assurance that I got this down pat. So 27 plus 33 is 60. Plus 15 is 75. Plus 24 equals 99. So it should be those 4 books.
This one's as good as solved.
Hey, there you go.
I knew it!
Yeah, see, that wasn't bad. Just, like, you know, there might be ways to go about this more logically, but the way I did it, I was like, if we try finding something that ends with 9, and then just take it from there, might help. Once again, is that the best way to go about it? The most logical? Probably not. But that's also the fun thing about puzzles, right? It doesn't necessarily, at least in my opinion, there could be various ways somebody can reach the answer. Now, I know a lot of aficionados and whatnot may not agree with that, because it's like, well, no, puzzles should be solved certain ways. That's the way it was meant. Cool. But, shit, at the end of the day, people, just have fun. You bought 4 books at prices at 27, 33, 50, and 24 pounds. Identifying the numbers that add up so that the second digit is 9 is a common approach to solving this type of problem. There you go. By the way, 99 is a multiple of 3. Did you notice that if you choose only the books whose prices are multiples of 3, you also got the right answer? I did not, but that's another cool way to think about it. Way to puzzle it out.
Thanks. I had to be pretty careful with my pocket money, so solving that puzzle was a snap.
Budgets can be tough, but they make picking out the one special book that much more fun. I'm sure it is. Let's leave. I think now we can, like, really start making our way back to the river. Or at least close to it, so, yeah. All these people, it's like, bye! Don't care for you, bye! Oh, look, the, Pavel, whatever his name is, he ain't there anymore. The researcher by the bridge ain't there. This dapper man is. So we're actually gonna go down here and talk to you first. Oh, what a rotten day.
Why are you so down in the dumps, sir?
Oh, hey there, little man. It's nothing. I was just thinking about my son, and I got all sad. He loves swimming, which got me thinking about this puzzle. Oh, wait. Is he okay? Pool problem. You want to fill up your pool, but all the valves between a tank and a nozzle are rusted shut. What is going on? Oh, I'm getting a call. I'll have to see if we can get back to them later. You only have 3 extra valves to work with. Tap the 3 valves you will replace to get the water flowing. Okay, so only 3 valves to reach the tank from the nozzle. Well, we can kind of try working backwards, I guess. Like, going to the bottom is, I can already tell, is not going to work because we'll be hitting 4. Like, boom, 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 boom. So that's not it. So that means in some capacity we could... Well, we could do this. That's 1, but we shouldn't go up because we're still going to be hitting more than 3. Now, if I go down... That's a second one. If I go down again, that's 3rd. That looks like it might be... Wait, shoot. How many did I just do? Is that 4? 1, 2... I'm an idiot. Okay, never mind. That was 4. How if I try that? Huh. Wait, can I just skip? Yeah, instead of just doing that, can't I just skip that one? We do 1, 2, skip this one going up here, then go down here. I think. Yeah, right? Because that's 1, 2, 3. I don't know if there's any other solutions here, but that's the one I'm seeing here, so we got those.
How about this?
Hey!
I knew it!
3,500 picarats. Nice work. Now you can play in the pool. I wonder how big my son's gotten when I've been away. Boy, I sure would like to see him. So wait, are you a researcher as well? Or is, like, Dimitri and the other, are they paying people? I can't wait till we, like, really figure out all the mysteries here. Now, it looks like we got a new, parrot delivery thingamajiggy. I was gonna say, where the hell's that? Here it is. Guess what? I come to work this morning, realized I went and left my lunchbox behind. I can't work on an empty stomach. Can you fetch my lunch for me? Okay. Man, we got 5 ropes in 10 seconds. Alright. Well, I could do that. Not sure if that's gonna do anything. If I do anything, I'm just gonna bring him back. I don't know what the hell it's gonna do. Let's try this, because that's kind of what I've been doing now. Is like, let's try one thing and see where it takes us afterwards. I'll see if even if I do that, I mean, it's not really gonna do much. I might go over the thing, maybe? Nope. No, that's just all types of nonsense there. I couldn't block this. And then maybe do that. But am I gonna reach anything by doing that? Let's see. Oh, crap, okay. So it looks like we just gotta block this. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Who's ringing my doorbell this late in the day? Am I just getting mail right now? What the hell? I'll go check that in a second. Let's see if this works, though. I got my sister's dog, my dog going crazy. Oh, crap. Alright. Close. Like, I was gonna say, like, can I... That might cut off like crazy. I don't know. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Wait, okay. No, damn it. Maybe we don't want to bounce so much. Let's see how this works out. Okay. Maybe there's too much of an angle. How about that? There you go. All right. We got his lunch for him. Sorry about that. Must have been a hard spot flying for you.
Hard? Not hard.
Really? Tough fellow, eh? Well, now I can get a bite to eat. Gotta do my best for my family.
Squawk!
Good job, Max. All right. Now, before I forget, so we only got 2 more of those left. How many more of the toy car ones do I have left? 3 more of those. We are rapidly finishing those up. Now, as I said, before I forget, let me grab whatever arrived at my door. And I guess the mail, and I will be right back. You know, I gotta say, I feel like the quality of the postal service around here has gone down the damn crapper. It seems like it's a very difficult concept to put rectangular objects into a rectangular slot to properly get my mail without being bunched up like crazy. And I've been getting a lot of my neighbors' mail too, so I mean, I had to go and make sure that they have it, you know, just being a courteous neighbor, like, whew. It's my little mini rant. Anyway, alright, now that we're done with this guy, let's continue down a little bit more because they have a puzzle for us. Hey, you there, listen to me. I got something I want to tell you.
Sure, what is it? I just cooked up an amazing puzzle. It's so hard, it'll break your brain.
No. The Cake Gobbler. How did they find out my nickname from high school? Let's see. Hey, somebody ate my piece of cake. I was saving it for later. A's like, I didn't eat it. B's like, neither A or nor D ate it. C, I didn't eat it either. C is telling the truth. Somebody isn't telling the truth. That person is the Cake Gobbler. Who is it? Circle the answer and tap submit. Alright, these are always going to be the ones that, it's always going to be a little blah for me. Simply because it's like, I get where they're coming from, you know, and a lot of it comes down to like, you know, well, assume one of them is lying. Do the other ones make sense? Logically, it's not like, oh my god, extremely difficult. But still, well, let's just see here. Somebody isn't telling the truth. That person's a Cake Gobbler. Who is it? If A is saying, I didn't eat it, that means they're lying. That means they did eat it. But if everyone else is telling the truth, well, that immediately gets contradicted because B is stating that neither A or D ate it. So I guess it's not A. Now, if B says neither A nor D ate it, that means one of the two ate it, right? Well, right, if they're lying, is what I'm getting at here. But that means everyone else is telling the truth. A's saying they didn't eat it. I didn't see any either. Okay, so yeah, I guess A is contradicting B there. If C is lying, I didn't eat either, meaning they did eat it, that means it's contradicting D, but D is saying, no, C is telling the truth. Now, D, though, C is telling the truth. I didn't eat it, neither A or... Well, we don't really have anyone backing up D. You know what I'm finding interesting, though? A lot of times when they're doing puzzles like this, it's usually only the people that's involved. The fact that the one actually telling the story is there, it's making me... Let me see something. If I circle... Okay, so I can circle these. Can I circle you? I can. That alone is making me think that it's the pointy hat guy who's lying about the cake. I don't... So, I may go with that, but I still want to know if I can see if D's thing works out here. If D is saying C is telling the truth and that's a lie... Well, but everyone else is telling the truth. So yeah, I guess it doesn't really make sense when we try doing that logic of A, B, C, or D. So let's try the one actually telling the story and see what happens.
This one's as good as solved.
There you go. Now, once again, that one
I knew it.
was more so because, hey, you're thinking outside the box. But let's hope the game actually kind of delves more into this. You've got it. The somebody who wasn't telling the truth was me. I wasn't saving the cake for later at all. Thinking logically, once you realize that A, B, C, and D are all telling the truth, the person who must be lying is me. All right.
What? You solved it? Already? You know, I worked really hard on that puzzle. You could have at least taken some time to savor it.
Sorry. Oh, but you got a soccer ball request. Alright. The penultimate, poly thing. Why do I say poly? Riley's or Rayleigh's, whatever, soccer ball.
Oh, bother. I kicked that ball so hard it went flying into a tree. And I don't have enough pocket money to buy another one. Can you get it down for me?
So another 10-second delivery. 4 ropes. Wheel. We can try that. And then try that. We can try this. This is way too simplistic, but let's see. It's probably going to hit the angle thing really odd. Yeah, too much. Okay. I'm not sure if there's a good way to kind of block it a little bit. Or, instead of going from the top there, we can try going to the bottom. Let's see. He's going to bounce weirdly off of that. He might land on this okay, and then maybe that one? Let's see. Ooh, okay. Woo! Okay, that bottom one helped out. Alright, that one wasn't that bad at all. Alright.
Wow, that's it. That's my ball.
Ah!
Now I can start training again. You have just saved the career of a great football star. To be.
Star? Even Max isn't following along. It's like bullshit. Alright. Alright, just one more of those delivery requests and we don't have to deal with that BS anymore. Alright, let's continue backwards here. We go down from this flat stone street. We can talk to good old Inspector Chemlead.
Bless, which one is it now?
You look quite deep in thought there, Inspector. Have you found any new information on your case?
Layton, just the man I was looking for. You see, I've uncovered a clue that has simply stumped me. Take a look for yourself.
Layton needs to start, he needs to start charging consulting fee at this rate. The fingerprint. 15 picarats, though. Shouldn't be that hard, hopefully. A fingerprint was recently discovered at the scene of the unsolved crime. 4 prime suspects have been rounded up and brought into the station. Compare the fingerprints of suspects A, B, C, and D to the fingerprints shown beneath the magnifying glass and identify the guilty culprit. Okay. Well, it's definitely not C, just because, like, I'm mainly looking at the middle part. So C and D are definitely just not going to match already. Now, with that being said and done, is it A or B? Because it looks, of course, that B matches correctly, but that's you looking at your hand like front value, right? Like front perspective. If you're gonna leave a fingerprint, you're gonna turn your hand over. So like it's flipped, it's mirrored. So because of that, it looks like it's going to be A.
Let's see if I've got this right.
And that's the reason why it was only 15 picarats.
Just as I suspected.
So that's the trick there. Yep, see exactly what they have up there. Suspect A is guilty of the crime. At first glance, B looks like a possible match, but the print left at the scene is a mirror image of the criminal's finger. There you go. Inspector, just really quick, how the hell did you not figure that one out?
That's it? Now I just need to track down the fiend who committed this crime. Inspector, aren't you supposed to be searching for the Prime Minister right now? Listen, lad, a man of the law can't ignore one case simply because he's busy with another. It's the duty of every officer to assist and defend the citizens of our fair city. That's how I work, even in a place of lawless and overrun criminal activity as this one. Yes, even in this den of depravity, I will ensure that the spirit of Scotland Yard burns bright.
I'm sure the citizens of this London are very grateful for your efforts, Inspector.
Yeah, and maybe along the way you'll find some clues to help track down the Prime Minister.
Yeah, maybe. Probably not, though. Let's continue on. Don't gotta talk to you. Stashin! We don't need to talk to him, but I'm going to anyway. Wait a moment. How did you manage to get here?
Impressed, are you? Let's just say I have ways of making the impossible possible.
Oh, you saw that before. But if we go up here, it's you again. You're probably gonna have some weird wood cutting one for us again.
Boy, am I glad to see you. I got another job I need help with. You game, right?
But of course. How can I be of service to you? Alright, these are always fun. Double digits. This board below can be cut into 2 identically shaped pieces that also look like a number. The shape of a number. You can only make one continuous cut along the dotted lines. And of course, you need to use every part of the board in your answer. Every part of the board? What the hell do you mean by that? How should a board be cut? So you want me to... Basically, you want me to make a number out of it. And they gotta be identical pieces. So, off the bat, the fact that we have this protruding part makes it seem like, okay, it's probably gonna be like... you know, a number that kind of sticks out there. The only thing I can think of right now would be like a 4, a 7, or a 9. 9 might be a little too much. But even if we do like a 7, it has to be one cut, though. That's what's kind of getting me, too. So in some capacity, this is going to be... I'm thinking it's going to be a 4. Now, how the hell we go about that is another story. One continuous cut. How... It's a little elongated. But it's not going to match up if I do that. I don't think so, anyway. Because that's the long piece is only going to be 4 wide. So if I do this, the one that is a little elongated, the long piece is going to be 5 wide. And the actual sides of the board are going to be 4 each, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. Crap. Maybe not. No. We're not including that. Hold on. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the long piece, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I guess this elongated 4 is going to work. It's one continuous cut. That's the big thing here. Because I'm like, I'm sure we can make a 7 or something out of it, but it has to be one continuous cut. It has to be identical pieces. That should be it.
That should do the trick.
There we are.
Just as I suspected.
Correct. As shown in the image above, you can cut the board into 2 pieces that look just like 4s.
I knew you were the right man for the job. Now that's done, my work here's as good as finished. It won't be long before Midland Road is free of construction.
And maybe you won't have any other puzzles for us. Maybe. Alright. Now, we're not going to go to the hotel just yet. We're going to be close to it. We're going to go back to the arcade. Because we want to talk to a good old guy who has a newspaper.
It was you two again.
Every time we see you, you have your nose buried in the paper. You must really like current events.
That's the understatement of the year. Just think, all the world's news is here in these pages. How could I not read it all how could I not read it all day long?
But there are hardly any pictures, and the print is so small. Doesn't it get boring?
Boring? The paper's bursting with interesting stuff, like this puzzle, for instance.
4 stamps. Got a lot of stamp puzzles in this game. The 4 numerical stamps shown below are designed to fill in the 3 blank squares and complete the equation. Only 1 digit can be used in each square. Your task is to make a valid equation using the fewest number of stamps to fill all 3 blank squares. Pick the stamps you'll use by checking the boxes below them and then tap submit. Haven't we gotten things like this before? Alright then, well... Are they trying to trick us because there's a stamp up there in the top left? Couldn't that be a... Oh, but I can't select it. It has to be one of the 4 on the bottom. Never mind. Damn it. So out of 1, 3, 2, which I guess can be repurposed as a 5, maybe, and then a 7, the fewest number. See, anytime they say that, it's almost like you want to use like 2. Actually, I don't even know how the hell can we use 3. I just realized that. How the hell can we even use 3? Well, I guess it'd be 1 plus 2 equals 3, but that's way too easy. So with that being said and done, how the hell can we use 2 of them? And the usual trick I have is that, like, oh, you know, let's try taking that 6 into a 9. What they have there on the top left, because that was going to be my thing. Like, just take the 3 and a 9, boom, done. No, that's 2. What? We can't select it. So, the only numbers I feel that we can definitely maybe repurpose are the 2/5. And then what? Like, we can't use 7 because that's going to be way too large. And then 1 is going to be way too small. And if we use the 1, now we're using 3 stamps, and I just don't think that's it. Even if I say 2 or 5, whatever, and a 3, we need an 8. Or a 5. Oh, actually, yeah. We can repurpose it as a 2, make that a 3, and then just say that's a 5. Right? I think that's it. Once again, I don't know any other way we can go about this. If we can't use the one on the top left.
Here's my answer. I knew it!
The 3 and 5 stamps are all you need. The equation can be solved by making 1 plus 7 equals 8, but that uses 3 stamps. You need 2 stamps to make 3 plus 5 equals 8. Oh! Well, that's really clever. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I never really thought about re-stamping something, the mirror image. Okay, but now wait a minute. Can I not repurpose it as a 2? It'll look a little funky, but Actually, what the hell? I really wonder if that was another way but it never mentioned it. Huh. Okay, well, either way, we got it.
So, now do you get why I read this thing all night and day?
Yep, maybe I'll take up reading the paper. Oh crap, I skipped that. Oh, that's fine. Alrighty, let's continue. Now we can go to the hotel. So we basically took the long way around. We could have taken the railway, but look at all that stuff we would have missed. So let me get this straight. Dimitri is building a time machine to go back to the past and save Claire.
Correct. At least that's what he said.
Funny, we ran through every floor of the pagoda and I don't see anything resembling a time machine.
Excellent observation, my boy. Dimitri clearly had a destination in mind when he ran from the towering pagoda. I think he was heading to another base of his, a facility where he performs his time travel research.
Is that what you were out looking for while we scaled the Tower of Don Paulo?
Yes, in part anyway. I'll lay everything out for you once we check in on floor. Until then, I challenge you to think about the situation on your own. Fine.
Hi, Becky. Of course, they have a puzzle for us. Oh, hi there, Becky. On your way out? Sure am. That older gentleman staying with us asked me to run an errand for him. Do you mean, Dean Delmona? Yeah, that's the one. What do you think of a man with so little hair needs a tub of pomade for?
Pomade? To style that little tuft? Hey, man, let people be what they want to be.
Weird, right? Still, you can't blame a guy for trying to stay stylish even in his old age.
That is quite curious, Village. He just never struck me as a pomade guy. Man, fellow.
Oh, and while we're at the subject of shopping trips, I actually have an issue I'd like your help with.
A pricey pen.
I bought this beautiful, one-of-a-kind fountain pen with a luxury boutique for 10% off the original price of only $3,000. Only Oh my god, $3,000. When I showed it to my friend, she took one look and just had to have it. She offered to pay me 10% more than what I'd paid. I love that pen, but I couldn't say no. Overall, how much did I gain or lose by selling the pen to my friend? Be sure to put a minus sign in front of your answer in the case of a loss. Wait a minute. I don't know. At first I was thinking, like, you didn't get anything. Like, you kind of broke even. But let me see here, because this whole thing about 10%, you got for 10% off the original price. But then she's offering to pay you 10% more than what you paid. Oh, than what you paid. Okay, so, well, really quick. Obviously, if we do that, that's 300, right? I know, I was always terrible when it comes to percentages and all that, but yeah, that's 300. So, that means you, the original person, bought it for 2,700. And then she is willing to pay 10% of what you paid, right? So that's 270 if I'm not mistaken. I think. Yeah, we're doing by tens. It's really simple. No. Not 270. Excuse me. No, I do have 20. I put in 270 like an idiot. No, 2,700 times 0.10. That's 270. Okay, like I thought. So, overall, how much did I gain or lose by selling the pen to my friend? Wait, how much did you gain or lose? Okay, I'm rereading this again. Sorry, I don't know why the hell this doesn't sound too bad, but I think I'm overthinking it. I bought this beautiful one-of-a-kind fountain pen with Luxury Boutique for 10% off the original price of only $3,000. So you paid $2,700 for it. When I showed it to my friend, she took one look and said that she just had to have it. She offered to pay me 10% more than what I'd paid. So, okay. I love the pen, but I couldn't just say no. So she's paying an extra $270. Because the 270 plus a 2,700, that gives us 2,970. Minus the 2,700, that once again takes us back to the that takes us back to the 270. The 10% of the 2,700. So that's why I'm getting a little confused here, but maybe it's the wording. I don't know. I'm definitely probably overthinking this, but is it not simply just $270 profit? Because she's paying you 10% more than what you paid, and that's $2,700. So, and she's gonna pay that 10% of $2,700, which is gonna be $2,970, and yeah, that's just the 270 then. So it's not, you are getting a profit out of it, which I guess is a good thing, because who the hell's gonna pay that? Well, I was gonna say who the hell's gonna pay that much for a pen, but many people do. I don't see myself doing that, but there you go.
Let's see if I've got this right.
Okay, yeah.
Just as I suspected.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad, but I was like, I don't know. Once again, I don't know if it was the wording that threw me off. I don't know if it was I can't really say the calculations. They were simple, but still. You got it. She will make a Oh, no, she's making a Who bought what? I don't know why I thought that he bought... Either way, it still works out. She made a profit of $270. The pet was originally bought for 10% off at $3,000, which is $2,700, and it sold for 10% more than $2,700, which is $2,790. $2,970, excuse me. This makes a profit of $2,970 minus $2,700, which is $270. Yeah, it all makes sense. I knew you figured it out, Professor. You know, I had a question for Mr. Dalmona, but he disappeared when I wasn't looking. Oh well. Oh, and please don't tell him I was wondering what the deal was with his pomade, okay? I'll give you a little something for keeping the matter hush-hush. Hey, and a new toy car course. Oh, now that all makes sense. Don Paolo's posing as Dean Dalmona. The pomade was for Don Paolo. Precisely. Of course, he did away with that disguise once I persuaded him to assist us. Yeah, you can't imagine how shocked I was to see Don Paolo step out of that Layton disguise. Ah, that's life for you, Luke. You never know what surprises may await you around the corner. Let's be off. Well, hold on. Before we do that, let's solve the toy car course. Alrighty. Here's top right. Clean up. That Max. He rushed off ahead of the hotel. I dropped all his toys along the way. Now I have to follow the trail of toys and pick them all up. Pick up all the toys. Alright, so... Do I want to... How do I want to go about this? Because the bridge is probably going to go in and out, so I'm kind of wondering if I start by... Oh no, I don't actually do it. I don't want to do all that. I could just... Ooh, or maybe can I just jump them? Maybe. Oh, then the damn bridge is going to close. Let's see here. I can only go up once, though. No, yeah, see, then the, then the drawbridge, how the hell is that going to work? Maybe we don't want to do that. Because I was thinking, like, they're giving us 2 of these jump ones. Now, granted, you don't need to always use all these things, but what I was thinking, I was like, maybe if I jumped up here and then over to rock, I can do something? Maybe we can still do that. We go up, jump this. Because we have to make it go to the right. We jump over that. Now, the bridge is still going to be closed. Pick up those 2. Still gotta get to the bottom to get to the, How the fudge do I want to do this? I can go backwards and grab it. Can I just go back up afterwards? It's a little convoluted, but it's gonna work. This way, I'm completely avoiding pushing any of the drawbridge buttons. But yeah, this should definitely work. Yeah, there's been a few times you just go back and forth. That's what threw me off there, but still a relatively easy enough one. All right, so now we just have. What was that? 2 more? Yeah, 2 more of those. Where am I in terms of time? I am a little bit over, getting close to an hour. I have no idea where I'm at in terms of this chapter finishing up, so I think what I kind of want to do is just go ahead and save, we're going to call this a video here, and then next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue doing what we gotta do. Or you know what? Why don't we just go talk to Flora now at the very least? I mean, that was our main goal on this whole video, right? Was to well, let's get to the hotel and talk to Flora. So Let's do that at the very least, and then I'll call it a video. Let's see. Oop, I almost clicked on Becky again. Professor! Luke! Welcome back! I'm so glad you're both safe. The same to you, dear. Hopefully getting out of the pagoda wasn't too difficult for you. Not at all. Big Luke was kind enough to lead the way. Say, speaking of Big Luke, where is he? Oh, well, when we got back here, a mustached man was waiting down in the lobby. A man with a mustache? Was it just in black? Yes, that's right. He had a black uniform. That sounds like Shipley to me. Whoever he was, he walked right up to Luke and started talking fast and furious. Tokyo Drift. At some point during the conversation, Luke got a troubled look on his face and said... I was gonna say, and he said what? Flora, some very important business has come up, and I need to go take care of it immediately. Please tell the professor to carry on with his investigation without me for now. Did he tell you where he was going? No, but he did promise to meet back up with us later. Big Luke is even more perceptive than I thought. He knows exactly what our next move is. Professor, is something the matter? I'm just thinking back to what happened earlier. Do you remember when we first told us that we had traveled into the future? Well, that'd be Big Luke, I believe. Yes. Yes, that's right. What is it? You have a visitor, Professor. Oh? Who is it? Pardon the sudden intrusion, Layton. Oh, Inspector Chemley. What can I do for you? I've been thinking about something I saw while running about town. I don't know how to say this. I'm afraid it may sound a bit ridiculous. What's ridiculous? Well, it's just... You know I could be mistaken, but I'm quite sure of what I saw. You remember our discussion about the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research? Well, a few minutes ago, I spotted a woman on the street who looked just like one of the blast victims. Oh my gosh, you're talking about Claire, aren't you? Then you know why I'm so... Yes, Inspector. You're not alone. We've also seen the woman you spoke of. The resemblance she bears to Claire is striking, but it's coincidental. It has to be. Yes, I suppose you're probably right. Forgive me, I wasn't thinking clearly. Well, there's bound to be a logical explanation for this. If the similarity isn't coincidental, perhaps you can check if this woman is some relative of Claire's. Yeah, I'll take another look into her file, see if I can find any more about her family. Oh, and by the way, you haven't seen Barton around here anywhere, have you? He's probably eating somewhere. Barton? Nope, can't say I have, sir. I swear if he didn't have been looking out for him, he'd been sacked from the forces ages ago. Of course, I'm rather fond of the fellow, and I tend to look out for him until I retire. Aww, but still. At any rate, if you see Barton, tell him his commanding officer is searching for him, alright? Good day. I love the fact that he loves him too. So, where's our adventure going to take us next, Professor? Thor, this isn't an adventure, it's an investigation. Can't you try to take it more seriously? I'm taking it very seriously, Luke. I was just excited, that's all. Damn. Not all of us get to go on these kinds of investigations all the time. Plus, you get to be with the professor day in and day out. Yeah, I guess the professor and I are always together. And I got a phone call. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I had to do some real-world Layton puzzles by doing some calculations. That was fun. The tape measure I was using, I'm like, this thing sucks. For whatever reason, like the holding mechanism for it, or the locking mechanism, wasn't really doing its job. So it made my life a little more difficult, but it's okay. Well, I, for one, am happy to hear your enthusiasm, Flora. The three of us will get to the bottom of this case together. Let's head out. If I got that call just a little bit ago, I could have, avoided having to do like a cut here and more editing, but it's not like I do a lot of editing in the first place, right? I mean, let's be frank. This style of Let's Plays, it's old school. I know it's not been a thing for ages and ages, but that's okay. These have always been... It's just a fun little side thing for me, so... The flashiness and the shorts and whatever, I get the appeal. I don't know if I have the time for all that, you know. I'm old. I got all the responsibilities, so it is what it is. Anyway, now, next time, ladies and gentlemen, now that we have Flora, we will see, I guess, if we can find out exactly what happened to Big Luke. You know what? Hold on a minute. Not because that call I was on took a little while. Are we going to try finding the facility, or... Oh, no, well, the whole thing about the Claire's look-alike, because of what Inspector Chemley said, so he might look into that, and then, yeah, we got to figure out, you know, Luke, where the hell he went. He apparently talked to Shipley. It's like, well, I guess we just have to keep doing our own investigations, so... Yeah, that's what we'll be doing in the next episode. So, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time for Let's Play Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. Love you all so much, and don't forget to spread that love around. Have a great day, everybody.